Stardew Valley is an open-ended country life RPG. You've inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley. Armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins, you set out to begin your new life. Can you learn to live off the land and turn these overgrown fields into a thriving home? It won't be easy. Ever since Joja Corporation came to town, the old ways of life have all but disappeared. The community center, once the town's most vibrant hub of activity, now lies in shambles. But the valley seems full of opportunity. With a little dedication, you might just be the one to restore Stardew Valley to greatness. You got that? Good. Let's get into it. I'm setting a few goals for myself this 100 days. I've learned a little bit since my last video, a year ago, it seems. First and foremost, I want to kiss Mr. Key on the lips, firebomb Joja Mart, complete the mines in the first week, kill the Ender Dragon, and fifth, make at least $100. Those goals might seem unachievable, but I'm going to try my best. I picked the forest farm because of the respawning hardwood. Makes it easier to get your foraging level up, and well, you get hardwood a lot easier. Not going to show much of the intro, but basically what you need to know is my grandfather left me this farm and I'm pretty sure he died. Actually, he did die. I know that for a fact. Joja's a bad company. You need to know that also. Joja's like evil Walmart, and no one likes Walmart. On day one, the mayor, Lewis, always leaves 15 parsnip seeds in your house to get you started on the farm. They aren't there when you go to sleep, so he comes into your house and leaves them while you're sleeping. Thanks, Lewis. I collected my seeds and cleared some space in front of my house, because the property's kind of a mess when you get it. I met some people and went to buy more parsnip seeds. If you use all your money on parsnip seeds on your first day, you'll end up with 40 of them, which gives you enough money to get started when they're ready to be sold. Towards the end of the day, I went to the beach to forage for some extra cash since I won't have any income for the first few days. On the right side of the beach, there's a broken bridge. It leads to the tide pools, which are basically just an extension of the beach. They have extra forageables over there, and they can sell for a lot of money, which is really useful early game. I start off day 2 watering my parsnips. Pretty much every day is started off doing something around the farm, whether it be watering crops, tending to your animals, or maybe collecting some artisan goods from the previous day. The point is, I'm not going to be showing all that stuff for the most part. It could get very repetitive. A lot of the repetitive things I do in-game I won't show, but you can assume I'm doing them. Later on day 2, I got my fishing pole from Willie and tested it out. I kind of suck at fishing, and to be honest, I don't get much better throughout. I'm not really good at the minigame, I don't know. Sorry you have to see it. After I finished fishing, I noticed that I never actually talked to Pierre, despite buying from him. Buying from someone in the valley isn't the same as talking to them, and there's a quest at the beginning of the game to talk to everyone in the valley, and I'm missing Pierre. Even though I bought from him, and technically talked to him, which is kind of funny. I cut the last bit of wood I needed for the bridge to the tide pools on day 3. After collecting wood, I went to repair it. Right off the bat, there are quite a few items in there. The guy at the top just kind of hangs out there until you want to marry someone, then he gives you an item. But that won't happen for a while after you start a new farm. Between foraging and some fishing, I have some stuff to sell. Day 4, I planted some crops I need for the community center. You need crops and forageables from each of the 4 seasons to complete the community center. And for those who don't know a whole lot about the game, the community center is one of the main goals. There are 6 different areas in the building in the community center, and each area has a few bundles you need to complete to fix the building. A bundle is just a collection of items. Could be crops or could be something from the mines. I spent basically the rest of day 4 searching for Kent since it's his birthday and spring, the 4th day of spring. Turns out he doesn't show up in the game until year 2, and I didn't know that. On day 5, Marnie came into my house with a cat and asked if I wanted to adopt it. Of course, I said yes. I named him J. Cole. After that, I went to check the traveling cart, which shows up on Fridays and Sundays. She had a pomegranate, which let's just say I should have bought back then. In the mines, I made it to floor 6 on my first day in. I will admit that I make it through the mines pretty slowly in this video, but it does get done. I got an ancient seed on my first day in the mines, and it has a 0.7% drop rate, so it's pretty lucky. Even though I feel like I've heard of people getting it really early a lot, so I don't know what the 0.7% drop rate really even means. You can plant ancient seeds to make ancient fruit, and then you can turn the fruit into wine, and the wine sells for a lot of money. It's very time consuming to get the process started though, because ancient seeds, I'm like 95% sure they take a whole season to start growing anyway, And then you have to have the kegs, and you have to wait for the kegs to get done. It's a lot. But it's really worth it after it's all done. Because once you have the plants started, once the plants are grown and they're producing fruit, and then you have the kegs built already, it's just a few days of waiting after that per harvest. On day 6, I got the first harvest for all my parsnips. I realized in order to get the community center started, you have to go into town on day 5 and get the cutscene. I skipped town and went north out of my farm to go to the mines. So I have to start it today and talk to the wizard on day 7. Anyway, on day 6, I sold all my parsnips and went and bought 80 more seeds. 80! What was I thinking? It should give me plenty of money to buy berries at the egg festival. Day 7 started off watching The Queen of Sauce. You get a new recipe every Sunday from watching the show. The Stardew gods bless me with rain, so I won't have to use all my energy watering my 80 seeds. So it's time to mine. I mined down to floor 10 and turned in a couple of quests. Also, I gave Mayor Lewis a birthday gift, because I guess his birthday's today. On day 8, after I finally got the community center cutscene, I got caught digging in the trash. I'm pretty sure if you get caught digging in the trash, it just takes away friendship with that person. I'm not really sure what happens, but they scold you, and then nothing happens after that, so who knows. After that, I noticed Mayor Lewis standing in town, and he does not look like a happy man when he's standing around. I ended day 8 foraging, and I found quite a few spring onions, which if you can't tell from the name, they only spawn in spring. And they're kind of useless, for the most part. Starting off day 9, I opened my letter from the wizard. I have to talk to him, and he will give me the ability to read the language of the Junimos for the community center. I gave Leah a gift since I saw her on the way to the wizard's tower. I intend to marry Leah during this playthrough. I'm gonna simp over a tiny virtual character, I guess. Anyway, I talked to the wizard finally and made my first drop off for the community center on day 9. Day 9. What was I thinking? What am I doing? Day 10, my second batch of parsnips is finally grown. The torture of watering 80 parsnips every morning is finally over. After harvesting the parsnips, I immediately planted the 30 spring seeds I got as a reward from the community center. I went mining the entire day after my farming, and I ended the night smelting the copper ore I got from my trip to the mines. Overnight, I leveled up farming twice from my big parsnip harvest. I received a quest in the mail from Robin to find an axe she lost. If I find and deliver it to her, she'll pay me. So I found it and got that out of the way. The rest of the day I fished and foraged, just trying to get some extra cash for the berries during the Egg Festival. Day 12, last day before the Egg Fest. I set up my farm to plant the berries and ran errands basically the rest of the day. Dropped some stuff off at the community center, saw Alex do a kickflip, and visited the hat shop. Ready for day 13. Day 13, the day of the Egg Festival, Strawberry Day. Finally here. The strawberries should make some decent money and set me up for success for the rest of the year. So after careful examination of the shop, I spent all of my money on the flamingo decorations. No, I'm kidding, I bought seeds. As cool as it would be to have flamingos everywhere, I need the seeds, so maybe next year. After I bought seeds, I listened to the mayor talk about the egg hunt, and then I lost the egg hunt by 1 egg. 1 egg. And you get a straw hat if you win, and I just wanted a hat. I don't want to win, I just want the hat. I lost, so I didn't get the hat. And if you stick around for the whole video, you'll see that this becomes a problem the entire year, because I just wanted a hat the entire year, and I'm like 95% sure I don't end up getting a hat. All the hats in this game just kind of suck, to be honest. When you leave any event, it sends you home at 10 p.m. at the end of the day, so you can't really do anything other than the event that day, for the most part. Unless you do it in the morning before it starts, which is why I set my farm up to plant the strawberries. On day 14, I watered my mess of crops, and it used like all of my energy, so I just went to sleep. I think tomorrow I'm going to clear out some of these crops and just keep my berries and cauliflower, because this is ridiculous. Day 15, I watered the crops I intend to keep and foraged, then cut some wood. Salmon berry season starts today, so I'll be doing a lot of foraging over the next few days. Salmon berries are quite plentiful, and you forage a lot. You can harvest 1 to 200 of them. They're nice to have on you to recover a bit of energy when you need it. They're kind of useless other than that. Day 16, I went mining and I'm way behind in the mine, but I got a crab from an enemy. Useful early drop for the community center. Otherwise, you have to wait to get the crab pots, and I don't even know how long it takes to get those. I don't remember, but longer than getting the drop in the mine. I also reached level 20, and I finally got a new sword. Next day, I dropped off my axe at the blacksmith for upgrading. Then I went to the mine. I ended up passing out on floor 29, one floor away from a checkpoint. You get a checkpoint in the mine every 5 floors. I mined all of day 18, and when I went home to go to my bed, my cat was like glitched into my bed, so I can't sleep, which you can see. I got the animation for passing out at 2 a.m., but the next day I woke up and I had no penalties like you would normally for passing out, so I don't know what happened. Even though I stopped watering those 30 spring seeds I planted, they still grew on day 19, so that's cool. There's like a grace period. You can miss so many days for certain plants, and I guess the spring seeds were they ended up getting finished before they got destroyed because of the grace period. So that's cool, even though I stopped watering them. After I got my axe back from the blacksmith, I rearranged my house, and then I finished the day cutting some wood with the new axe. Boring day on day 20, took my pickaxe to the blacksmith and just worked around the farm. Overnight, my foraging leveled up to 5. And I'm pretty sure the skills just go up to 10, so foraging is already halfway there. First, berry harvest on day 21. After the berry harvest, I noticed that I leveled up to 5 because I looked. So I'm going to wait until tomorrow to sell the berries, because when I sleep, I'll get a skill for leveling up to 5 that'll make the berries worth more money. So it pays off to check sometimes, especially in a situation like this. Bought the backpack upgrade on day 21, and now I have 2 out of the 3 rows in the inventory, which is awesome. Super useful in this game. More inventory is useful for any game. I mean, how many times have you guys played Skyrim and ran out of carry weight? Like, that is so annoying. Since I got my level 5 farming skill, I sold my berries on day 22 and I made quite a bit of money. On day 23, I just mined all day, nothing too exciting. Day 24, day of the flower dance. Now, I'm pretty sure you just watch people dance if you don't have someone to dance with, and then you go home. So I did not go. I dropped some stuff off at the community center instead. Figured I'd show a bit of the process since I usually just skip over it. Day 25, I gave my pickaxe to the blacksmith for upgrading again. Won't be able to mine for 2 days now. I bought a new weapon from the Adventurers Guild. Mine was not cutting it. Once I get my new pick, I'll be ready to dominate the mines. 1/4 of the way through the 100 days. If you've stuck around this long, thank you. Day 26, Demetrius set something up in my cave to grow mushrooms. You can choose mushrooms or fruit to get from your cave, and I wish I chose fruit instead, but oh well. Gave Pierre a birthday gift. Foraged a lot and cleaned up the farm. Doing busy work while waiting for my pickaxe to get done. I put down some lightning rods on day 27. During thunderstorms, the lightning rods attract lightning, and if they get struck, you can get battery packs. As far as I know, it's the only way to get battery packs, but I could be wrong. I went mining the rest of the day. The spiral floors in the mines take forever. Skipping them with crafted staircases is probably smart if you're ever in a rush to finish the mines. Day 28 was another day of mining. I'm making some good progress. I don't feel as behind in the mines now. It's also the last day of spring. The entire first season is done. If you've stuck around this long and even remotely like what you're seeing, please consider leaving a like and even subscribing. It's completely free and you can unsubscribe at any time. Trust me, I will not hold it against you. And I know if you look at my channel, I uploaded like 8-9 months ago for my first video, and I haven't uploaded since, but let's just say you all know how life is. It gets crazy. I haven't been able to edit, but I'm back at it now, so hopefully I'll have videos up more often now. And for those of you who watched, if any of you watched that Valheim 100 day challenge, the next video I'm uploading is 200 days of Valheim, so stick around for that. If you didn't like or subscribe, that is totally okay. Just, I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get on with it. First day of summer, day 29. Set up the farm for the summer season and planted my first set of summer crops. Blueberries are the big moneymaker crops for summer. On day 30, I had my first death in the mines. I ended up losing 1100 gold and a few items. Unfortunate. I ended up getting enough gold to get started on making some sprinklers on the farm, and I can finish the boiler room in the community center and unlock the minecart system through town. I can use minecarts to get to and from the mines way faster. It's like fast traveling, kinda. Next day, I went ahead and finished the boiler room, day 31. Minecarts should be accessible tomorrow morning. Leveled up mining to level 5 overnight. I tried to mine on day 32, but I was getting whooped, so I went back to the farm and tried to catch a wood skip. There's a 50% chance to catch one in the forest farm if you fish in like your pond on the farm, but I just got trash, so awesome. Thanks. In the mine on day 33, I got swarmed by bats and barely walked away with my life. It sucks getting swarmed by bats. They're dangerous in numbers, and the combat in Stardew is kind of clunky. After the attack, I made it down to the next floor and got a new sword that's better than my current one. Day 34, I made it another 10 levels in the mine and got my first star drop. Star drops are rare items that increase your energy level. I bought a new fishing pole on day 36, then fished the whole day. Nothing interesting. Overnight, I leveled up to farming level 6 and unlocked quality sprinklers. With quality sprinklers, I can fully automate my crop watering so I won't have to water any more crops ever again. Amazing. Starting off the day, I went ahead and replaced my sprinklers, then I just fished the rest of the day. And fished all of day 37. On day 38, I tried to catch a pufferfish and a tilapia. I ended up catching the tilapia, but I don't think I ever ended up catching the pufferfish the entire year, actually. I made about 2,500 gold from fishing and foraging today. Luau is on day 39, and you have to put a good food item in the soup at the luau. And the better quality food item, the better the soup. I'm not sure if you actually get anything if the soup is good, but you definitely get a sense of accomplishment, I guess. An iridium starfish that I got yesterday would have been perfect, but I sold them all because I forgot the luau was today. So I don't have anything. So I put a leek in it. A leek. The soup ended up being average. Imagine that. Also, I found Sam talking trash about the governor for no reason, and I thought it was kind of funny. I was running short on iron, so on day 40, I went and mined all day. Left with a lot of good loot, around 120 iron and a few diamonds. I wanted to set up a tree farm on day 41, but my farm needs a serious makeover, so I spent the next couple days decorating. I'll have a time lapse playing for it, so enjoy. Day 44, I put down some more decoration on the farm so it looks nicer. So you guys don't have to stare at just, shrubbery the entire time. And I finally opened up the secret forest. Fished all of day 45 hoping to catch a sturgeon, but I failed. From my experience, the sturgeon is the hardest fish to catch for the community center. I dropped some stuff off at the community center to finish up the day. Overnight, I leveled up fishing to level 5. Now all of my skills are at least level 5. Another blueberry harvest on day 47. So with some of my extra money, I went and purchased a house upgrade from Robin, and while I was there, I noticed it was Demetrius's birthday, so I went back home and grabbed a gift for him. I felt it was rude to be in his house and just ignore his birthday. I foraged and mined all day of day 48. Boring. I checked the traveling cart first thing on day 49. Nothing useful there. Also checked the hat shop and they're all pretty girly. I just want a freaking hat, man. I spent the day mining after that. I need to reach the bottom one of these days and almost halfway to 100. I ended up getting new boots and warping home at the end of the day with a farm totem I found. On day 50, my house upgrade ended up being finished, so I went ahead and redecorated my house. I have a bedroom built now, way better than just a single room in the house. And if you think that's cool, wait until you guys see the fully upgraded house. Since Robin is free for more services, the coop is next on my list. So I spent the rest of the day collecting wood for the coop, and we're halfway to 100 days, finally. So thank you if you stuck around. Another set of blueberries on day 51. I found a diamond in the trash. I'm not sure how rare that is, but I don't imagine it happens often. So that was cool. Went mining hoping to finish the mine today, and I ended up dying on floor 119. The final floor is floor 120. I ended up losing 2,700 gold. That one hurt, but I can always finish it tomorrow. Gotta stay optimistic. Overnight, I was visited by a fairy that grew one single melon for me. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without that. I went and started my coop upgrade first thing on day 52. I can get chickens when I have the coop built. It would be cool to have some animals on the farm. I've been pretty lonely so far, and we're over halfway, so. Later that day, I received an alert that a train was passing through the valley. So I went up to the railroad and nothing happened. I have no idea what the point of the train is. I'm sure I'm missing something. I ended the day finally finishing the mine. The reward is a key you can use in the desert. I believe you can also use it to unlock a game in the bar, the Junimo cart, and that's very, very hard. On day 53, I placed more tappers on the tree farm. 54, I went to pick up my trash can from the blacksmith, and I got there way too early. So anyway, after a little existential crisis in the rain, I have my copper trash can. The rest of the day was spent mining for copper and iron. Day 55 is a big day, so first thing, pretty big harvest today, so I took care of that. Melons and blueberries. After the harvest, I went and bought some chickens for my new coop, so I'm not alone anymore finally. Since the coop is finished, I went ahead and got the barn started, but before that, I have a satisfying explosion I thought I'd show you guys. Anyway, I got the barn build started, then I set down some grass starters. The animals eat grass when they come out of their respective homes, and if you place the lightning rod over the grass starter, they won't be able to eat the starter, so more grass will always grow. Day 56, the final day of summer. The Jelly Festival is today. It's essentially just a cutscene where it shows jellyfish. Until then, I have some stuff I need to get done, because it takes place at night, so I have the whole day. Another large blueberry harvest. After selling all of my crops from the past couple harvests, I made around $21,000. Enough to buy the final backpack upgrade. I ended up decorating my house a bit with stuff I bought while selling my crops. My bedroom looks pretty bad, but I've never been good at decorating in any game like this. Or in real life. Last thing before the Jellyfest was catching a sturgeon. Finally. Time for the Jellyfest, and I visited Leah before I got it started. The jellyfish came up and visited, signifying the end to a great summer. Day 57, first day of fall. So it's time to set up my first field of fall crops. I planted 50 cranberries and 63 pumpkins, some corn, and other stuff needed for the community center. I'm going to sell the cranberries throughout the season and save all the pumpkins for the kegs in the winter. You can't farm in the winter, so the money from the kegs will keep us afloat until spring rolls around again. Now to get started on making more tappers so I can get oak resin for the kegs. Worked around the farm the rest of the day and most of day 58. Midway through day 58, I went to buy crops from Pierre and noticed an exercise class in the next room. All the villagers having their own unique schedules that can change daily is so fascinating to me. A very nice feature in this game, especially when they come together for activities like that. Concerned Ape did a wonderful job on this game. Day 59, I fished for a quest and worked around the farm. Day 61, I started off tending to my animals, spent the rest of the day fishing for the quest I picked up, and I didn't finish it. Not today. Collected the rest of the fish for my quest on day 61. Mined for iron the rest of the day so I can get the kegs built for the pumpkins. I want at least 10 kegs by winter. Gave Leah a gift on day 62, and the rest of the day was more resource gathering. First thing on day 63, I bought another cow. Next, I checked the traveling cart and bought a red cabbage, a rare item I need for the community center, which I believe you can only buy from the traveling cart. I gave Leah a gift and got enough friendship with her to unlock her house. I've never seen the inside of her house, so that was kind of cool actually. There's still a couple NPC houses which I haven't seen. And I learned you can chop trees in places other than your farm as long as it isn't in town, so that's cool. I had no idea that you could, and I was running out of trees to get wood from. My first fall harvest on day 64, cranberries and corn. I placed some kegs I had built and put cranberries in them. Might as well get some use out of them before winter since I have fruit. I made my first cheese machine too. Not sure what it's called, to be honest. Could just be a cheese machine. Day 65, I just gave gifts and mined. Nothing really exciting. Day 66, I went to Leah's and got a cutscene from being her friend. I'll go ahead and show it. The non-mandatory cutscenes are pretty interesting. Like friendship cutscenes, relationship cutscenes, stuff like that. Day 67, I went fishing and was hoping to catch 3 specific fish I needed for the community center. Luckily, I caught all 3 of them. Now I just need the specialty fish, I believe, and I don't think I can finish those until I get to the desert. Blackberry season was the 8th through the 11th, and I managed to gather 200 of them. Same thing as salmon berries, just, you just eat them for energy and stuff like that. So I'll be set for a while since I have 200 of them. Day 68, I tried to upgrade my barn so I can get more animals, and I didn't have enough wood, so I just chopped trees. On day 69, I tried out Junimacart in the bar. It's very, very difficult, and you can see me fail a bunch. Huge pumpkin harvest on day 70. Going to save all my pumpkins for the cakes. Went to Pierre's and got a friendship cutscene for Abigail. Made me play a game with her. Truthfully, I didn't even mean to get my friendship with Abigail so high. She just has always been around, so I give her gifts when I see her and it went up. Convenient, I guess. After the cutscene, I gave Abigail a birthday present because it's her birthday and I got 2 more hearts. On day 71, I collected a pair of the mayor's shorts from Marnie's bedroom. Suspicious. I think the mayor is hiding something from the town. Later in the day, I put my first set of pumpkins in my kegs. By the time I get through all my pumpkins, I should have made quite a bit of money. Day 72 is Fair Day. The fair is just like any other event, exclusive event shop, and you can talk to the villagers. What's different about it is the showcase judging, and there are mini games. The showcase is a contest where you put 9 items of your choice in a booth and go against some of the other villagers. It's the villagers who own businesses, so you go against like Marnie, Pierre, the fisherman, I think. Each item you put in your showcase has a point value, and you need a certain amount of points to win the contest. Every item in the game is worth a certain amount of points. I ended up winning the showcase, luckily, but I had some pretty strong items to throw in there. The rest of the day was spent playing mini games to get star tokens. The shop at the fair sells a star drop, but you can only buy fair items with the star tokens you earn at the fair, not with gold. So eventually, after I earned enough, I bought the star drop and increased my energy bar. Second star drop down. Left at the fair after I collected my shop items and I went to sleep. First thing in the morning on day 73, I bought a goat. They're kind of expensive, but oh well, I needed one. I started a quest to kill skeletons, so I mined the rest of the day and tried to kill skeletons. On day 74, I gave Marnie a birthday cake as a gift for, well, her birthday. I gained 3 hearts from it. That's a lot. The style of my house is kind of bad, but oh well, I'll fix it eventually. Day 75, I spent cutting trees to get wood for a coop upgrade, almost to 100 days. Killed skeletons most of day 76 for a quest. Day 77, my first batch of pumpkin juice is ready. I need my money from these for the winter since I can't farm. Spent most of the day hunting skeletons for the quest, and after I completed it on the final day, I got to the museum too late to turn it in because the museum was closed. The whole quest was a waste of time. I ended the day refilling my kegs with more pumpkins. I made 14k overnight from my goods. I'm not doing too bad this year, I don't think, for my first year. And I've played this game in the past, but I've never made it past the first season, so all this is completely new to me, so I think I'm doing alright. Most of my day on day 78 was spent cutting wood since I'm low. I bought a hat from the hat shop, but it was ugly, so I'm back to having no hat after about 5 seconds of having a hat. Day 78 and I still don't have a hat. This is what I was talking about earlier. I started off day 79 with a nice cranberry harvest. I bought a fishing pole and a fish tank later in the day. I dropped some stuff off at the museum and I figured I'd give an update on how that's going. I ended up getting quite a bit of the museum stuff in the first year. When I got home, I put some fish in my fish tank and then dropped some hardwood off at Robin's for a quest. For this quest, you have to collect and deliver the hardwood to complete it. So far, I haven't actually collected all of it, but I have delivered enough since I had enough lying around, but I have a few days to collect it, and this way I won't run into the same problem I did with the skeleton quest with the shop being closed to turn it in. Day 80, I bought some more animals, a couple ducks and another cow. After I ordered some new animals, it sounds weird when you say ordered about animals, like you went on Amazon and ordered animals. Anyway, I went to look at how much the second barn upgrade was, then realized I already have it. I totally forgot I bought it already. The final barn upgrade is 25,000 and I don't have that kind of money to spend. Hopefully soon though. Almost on the final season after all, and I should be bringing in quite a bit of money from my kegs over the winter. Woke up on day 81 and realized there was a giant mushroom in my tree farm. I didn't even know that was the thing in this game and I don't know how to make it happen again. I don't know how it happened the first time. After earning a bit more money overnight, I went to Robin's and used all of my money, stone, and wood to get the final barn upgrade. With the final upgrade, I can get sheep and pigs when it's done. Very cool. I went mining the rest of the day, then stopped by the Adventurers Guild and picked up some rewards I earned from killing monsters. Put a lot of stuff in the community center on day 82. Some of the sections are almost done, but there's a lot of stuff I can't get until winter. I ended the day by collecting my second batch of pumpkin juice. Made almost 16k overnight. The batch of pumpkins I had planted was done on day 83, and I forgot I had pumpkins planted and I was worried I was going to run out a lot quicker than I thought. I moved my mayonnaise and cheese making machines, and I'm going to go fish until the Spirits Eve festival starts. The Spirits Eve festival is basically just a festival with a big maze. You talk to all the villagers like usual, and you can go through the maze, and if you complete the maze, you get a golden pumpkin. I did that, made my way through the maze, and I got the golden pumpkin. The golden pumpkin is pretty much just a really good gift that everyone loves. I'll probably use mine on Leah. Day 84 is the last day of fall, then on to a productive winter. I reached level 10 in farming and got the artisan skill. My pumpkin juice will be worth a lot more now. Last pumpkin and cranberry harvest today. No more crops until spring, although that won't be in this video. I hatched my first baby chick myself from an egg from a chicken, and I gave my golden pumpkin to Leah. Day 85, I was going to start off the day by getting heaters for my animals, since it's winter. But apparently Marnie's is closed on Monday and Tuesday. I did not know that, so they'll have to freeze until Wednesday. If you have heaters, it keeps their happiness up, and I'm pretty sure if they're not happy, they won't produce any items. So thank you, Marnie, for being closed. Totally her fault and not my fault. And I guess animals don't leave their homes until spring. I didn't know that they don't come out in the winter. So I won't be able to get truffles from pigs since they only drop truffles outside, and you need a truffle. You need truffles for a couple things in the community center, so looks like I'm not going to be able to get it finished, but I should be able to get it mostly finished. And I don't have any fruit trees planted anyway, and they take an entire season to grow, so my plans for getting the community center done are not working out. I got a cutscene in the bus stop where Krobus ran away from me, even though I'm not supposed to know who he is yet, but I've seen it online. And I got a quest to find him, and I already know he lives in the sewer. I just don't think I can get into the sewer yet. On day 86, I finished the crafts room in the community center and I got my second star. The fish tank and vault should be done too, so that'll be 4 stars. 4 rooms complete. I had a cutscene at Leah's house about her ex-boyfriend. He doesn't matter because she's gonna be mine. Overnight, the Junimos fixed the bridge to the quarry, and I forgot to feed my damn chickens. But I finally bought heaters for my animal buildings, and I bought a sheep. The pigs are really expensive, so we'll have to wait. I went to check out the quarry, and I found out that there is a minecart and some sort of mine. Apparently, if you reach the end, you get a golden scythe, so that's cool. Although I don't know the difference between the golden scythe and the regular one, to be honest. I made 22k overnight, and it's time to go finish the vault with some of my extra change. The vault is finished, and the bus to the desert should be repaired tomorrow. I missed Linus's birthday. I would have liked to give him a birthday present because he gives you recipes for some foods and stuff if you get his friendship up, but oh well. I put a battery in the lockbox in the tunnel, and I got a quest from Mr. Key that I guess you get from the lockbox. And I called it an early night because I really want to get to the desert tomorrow. Day 89, I made my first trip to the desert. I guess you have to buy a ticket every time you use the bus, which is 500 gold, and I didn't know that. Sounds expensive. Even though really you wouldn't really go to the desert that often unless you want to like go to the mines or something, the Skull Caverns. Which the Skull Caverns is what the key is for that you got for completing the mines. You can buy a warp totem recipe at the desert, but it's expensive and I don't have the resources for it right now. I went to the mines to look for mystic stones, and I died because I wasn't paying attention. Mystic stones are really rare drops. They're not really drops, they're just spawn as stones in the very lower sections of the mines, and they have a chance to drop prismatic shards, and you can trade a prismatic shard in the desert for a really, really good sword. On day 90, I fished the entire day for some extra money, and I only made 3,500 from fishing, so I really don't think it was worth it. On day 91, Pierre told me he will have new seeds next year. Thank you, Pierre. I went to the desert and caught the last fish I needed for the fish tank. I apparently decided to fish in the water that's in an inconvenient spot instead of the water just sitting in the middle of the desert. But if you fish in the water at the bottom, you get an item. Now that I have all of the fish for the community center, I went back and I finished the fish tank. Another batch of pumpkin juice is done. Easy money. The ice festival is today, so I won't be able to get anything done. There's a fishing competition at the festival. You need to catch 5 fish to win. I only ended up catching 4 because I suck at fishing. I don't remember what you get for winning, but I didn't get it. If it's a hat, that sucks. I did buy a Christmas tree because they sell Christmas trees at the shop for the event. I completed the pantry in the community center on day 93 thanks to the traveling cart having a fruit I needed. Only thing left is the bulletin board, and sadly there are a few things on there that I cannot get, like some fruit that I needed fruit trees for and the truffle stuff. I gave Leah a gift. I need to get her to 8 hearts to start the process for marrying her. After that, I went and bought the lava katana from the Adventurers Guild. Since I completed the pantry, the Junimos repaired my greenhouse overnight. Very cool. Day 94, I processed a bunch of geodes I had and I started to upgrade my pickaxe to gold. Hopefully after that, I'm ready to try the Skull Caverns. I planted my first crops in my greenhouse, my 4 ancient seeds. Now I need to get some fruit trees and put them in there too. If you have fruit trees and you put them in the greenhouse, they'll produce fruit year round. I cleaned up my tree farm area a bit because it was starting to get overgrown. I want to get the deluxe coop built, so on day 95, I just gathered as much wood as I can. I gathered enough wood and I used all of my money to start the final upgrade for the coop. My gold pickaxe should be ready today, but I did not end up making it to Clint's on time to pick it up. I stopped by Leah's and noticed that Robin has 5 hearts. I don't know how she's getting so many hearts since I stopped giving her gifts a long time ago, or maybe I've just been doing her quests, I don't know, but either way, that's cool. The deluxe coop upgrade is finished on day 97, so I now have an auto feeder in both animal buildings. If you have a silo filled with hay and you have the full upgrades for the animal buildings, there's an auto feeder in them and it'll just feed the animals automatically as long as you have hay in your silo, so that's cool. Saves you a lot of time. And if you have the coop fully upgraded, you can buy rabbits. So I went and I ended up buying a rabbit and a pig, and then I finally picked up my golden pickaxe. Ended the day trying to find a mystic stone in the mine, and I did not find one. Day 98, Evelyn gave me a garden pot and a recipe to make them. Thank you, Evelyn. Pretty sure a garden pot is just something like a decoration you can put somewhere, and you can just plant one plant in it. So you can put it in your house and put like a sunflower in it for decoration, I guess. I ran some errands around town and went to sleep pretty early. I want to get the night market started. The night market is just a 3-day event by the beach, and it just has a bunch of shops in it. I'm gonna wait around and just keep busy, wait for the night market to start. Pretty sure it starts at 5, I think, every day. I accidentally bought a hat at the night market that cost 5,000 gold because I thought it said 500. So great. So now I have a hat that I don't even want, even though I wanted a cool hat, but that's not a cool hat. I'm down 4,500 gold. And I found a weird ass mermaid show, so I'm just gonna watch it. And at the end, there's a puzzle you can do. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I googled it and I completed the puzzle and I got a pearl. And I'm like 99% sure the pearl is the same thing as the golden pumpkin. It's just a good gift. A batch of pumpkin juice done on day 100. Then I went to the night market again. It lasts 3 days, which I already told you guys. And after finally reaching day 100, I was not satisfied with how and where this would have ended up, so I just ended up finishing the year in the game. There was no conclusion, and due to the night market, I couldn't do a proper showcase of what I have accomplished during the year. So, full disclosure, the video does end up going to 114 days, not 100. So, if you're thinking this is a stupid ending, you'd be right. But luckily, we do not end here. Day 101, the first day of the rest of the year. I started it off by bringing my axe to Clint for an upgrade, then went on to the final day of the night market. I was hoping I could find some last minute stuff for the community center, but that did not happen. Oh well. Teleported home and said goodbye and good riddance to the night market. Day 102, I got a note about the final event of the year, the Feast of the Winter Star. There's a secret Santa type event where you get assigned a random person and you have to give them a gift. I'm sure most of you know what Secret Santa is. Anyway, I got Robin, so that should be pretty easy. I've decided to save all of my artisan goods until my next keg batch is done and sell everything at once for a huge payday. Going to take a shot at the Skull Caverns today too, and I died. Who's surprised? Try again tomorrow. I just need Omni Geodes and Iridium, but did not get that. Day 103, tried the Skull Caverns again, made it to floor 25, way better than yesterday. Not great, but not bad. And I got quite a bit of ore, so cool. When you first open the Skull Caverns, you get a quest to make it to floor 25. And when you end up making it to floor 25, you get 10,000 gold the next day. And since I made it to floor 25, I got 10k when I woke up today, so awesome. Found out that my silo is finally out of hay on day 104, but I think I have some in my chests, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Also ran out of pumpkins today too, so can't put any more of those in my kegs. I ended day 104 by making a ton of bombs for the Skull Caverns and dropping my trash can off at Clint's for an upgrade. Day 105, I made 37,000 gold overnight. And first thing, day 105, I started the next house upgrade, which adds 2 more rooms. I'm very excited for that. I'm excited to see what the house looks like when it's fully upgraded. I have a lot of stuff in my house and nowhere to put it all. Later that day, I went to the Skull Caverns again and made it to 43, way better than 25. Day 106, I started off by picking up my steel trash can and immediately started the upgrade for the gold one. Ended up being a pretty eventful day actually. I made it really far in the caverns and ended up getting a prismatic shard and a ton of iridium. I died in the mines, but I didn't lose anything important, so I got lucky because I just got the prismatic shard I wanted. I ended up doing something really stupid later that night, and I accidentally dropped a mega bomb on my farm, right in the middle of my farm, right by my house, right by my garden, everything. It blew up a lot of stuff. I ended up dying and I lost my prismatic shard, but I should be able to go to the Adventurers Guild and get it back. I just have to wait a day for him to retrieve it and I have to pay. But as long as I can get it back, I'm happy because I really, really needed one. Overnight, I ended up reaching level 10 mining. And after a wild day, 106, it's Leah's birthday. I ran to her house and gave her the pearl that I got from the mermaid, and it bumped me up to 8 hearts with her. So now I can start the marriage questline. I paid the guild 2,000 gold to get my prismatic shard back and then just went to sleep. I'm still mentally recovering from day 106. On day 108, my house upgrade is finished. I added 2 rooms and it made my kitchen and bedroom bigger, so I added a lot. It looks awesome. Pierre is selling bouquets now, but of course it's Wednesday and Pierre's closed. Imagine that. And tomorrow is the next festival, so he'll be closed again. So I won't be able to buy the bouquet. But the first thing I did was go to the desert and trade in my prismatic shard for the galaxy sword. It's an extremely powerful sword and probably the best early game sword you can get. It'll make the Skull Caverns way easier. Then I went and picked up my golden trash can and grabbed a quest to kill 50 grubs in the mines, but I'm guessing I won't get that done since I never get them done. Day 109, I woke up and just moved my house around and then went to the festival and gave Robin her gift. Started off day 110 by buying a bouquet, finally, and giving it to Leah. That'll make her my girlfriend in game and one step closer to finishing the marriage questline. I went to the desert and bought the desert totem recipe for 10 iridium bars. Day 111, Gunther delivered me the key for the sewer first thing, so we'll be able to get a good look at the sewer before the video is over. Stopped by Robin's and added the final rooms on the house, which I'm pretty sure you don't have to wait for construction for. I think once you add them, they just get added immediately since it's not a purchasable upgrade. It's something you can add optionally after your house is fully upgraded. After I added the final rooms, I went to build a stable and turns out I did not have enough resources. So I went back to my farm and grabbed the rest of the resources I needed to build the stable, and my cat was blocking my way out of the property. I just thought it was funny, so I'll go ahead and show a clip. But I ended up getting out of the farm another way and made it to Robin's and started building the stable. Once the stable is complete, you get a horse and you can ride the horse around the map. Makes you faster. It's cool. Ended the day by going to the sewer and meeting Krobus. Day 112, the final day of the year. I have an idea for the final day of the video, but that will not be the final day of the year. It'll end up being day 114, which is the second day of spring. I know, this video just never ends. I earned 10 hearts with Leah, bought a void egg from Krobus, and put it in the incubator in my chicken coop. I don't really know much about the void eggs, but they give you a void chicken, I guess, and you can do something with them. Finally, I ended the day by buying the fruit trees I needed for the community center, and I planted them in the greenhouse. Then went to sleep, ending year 1. Day 113, the first day of the second year. First thing, leaving my house, Leah told me she's having an art show at 3 in town. I had no idea that this was a thing. I was planning on ending the video today, but because of the art show, I'm going to end it on day 114. So I'm going to show the art show in the video. I feel like I kind of have to since it's Leah. And after that, I'm just going to go to sleep early and start the showcase on day 114. Kent also moved back into town on the second year and introduced himself to me, so now I can finally give him a birthday gift. Since it's spring again, the debris on the farm respawned, and now my farm kind of looks like a mess, which might make the showcase look a little worse, but it'll be alright. Day 114, the final day. For the end, I've mentioned before, I'm just going to do a progress showcase where I show pretty much everything I've accomplished. Just gonna run around the map and the village and show basically everything we've done. So enjoy the footage while I talk. If you've stuck around to the end of the video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and even let me know what you think in the comments. I would love some feedback. Or if you don't want to talk about the video, just comment and tell me your favorite video game or your favorite content creator, because I would love to discuss that too. Or just tell me how your day is, whatever you want. I had incredible results on my 100-day Valheim video, and it's very nice to see because these 100-day videos are no easy task. But that's not complaining. You know, I would love for my videos to perform well, because all I want out of YouTube is to make people happy. I have personally spent a ridiculous amount of time watching YouTube videos. It's mostly all I watch. I watch it when I go to sleep every night. I love the feeling of a creator enjoying a game and sharing it with their community, and then their community enjoying it. If you follow a nice content creator who knows what they're doing, it's amazing to watch. But I'm also a massive video game fan in general, so I'm kind of biased to video game content creators, but I support every type of content creation. If I'm ever lucky enough to work my way up to being able to do this full time, building a small community, being able to upload regularly, I will not disappoint anyone. I promise. All I want is to be here to make you guys happy. With that said, enjoy the rest of the showcase, everybody. Thank you, and stay safe.